Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here watching this video. As always, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I appreciate your support very much. Today we are going to talk about the 2023 lineup of Ducati motorbikes. So let's do this. Ducati. As we all know, Ducatis are Italian made and expensive. So we are going to start off with the electric bikes that they have. They have some e-bikes. They have 4 or 5 different models ranging from 5,800 to 11,000. And that's about all we're going to do on that. We move, I'm not going to necessarily do these in order of price range. I'm just going to go kind of across like they do with their models on their website. Also, a quick note that I do not know which of these are 2023 or which of these are not 2023 models. They don't really tell you, other than they do label some of them as new. I will tell you which ones are new as I come across them, but the ones that are not labeled as new, I don't know if that means that they're 2022 or older, or if it just means that I don't know. Anyway, so I will let you know what is new and what is not. But here we go. We start with the Desert X. The Desert X is a new model for 2023, or that it is rather updated, whatever model for 2023. The Desert X has a 937cc Testastretta 11-degree twin. This has 68 foot-pounds of torque with 110 horsepower, 34.4-inch seat height, 5.5 gallon tank, 492 pounds for 17,100. We move on to the Diavel models. So there is a new V4 Diavel, or Diavel V4. This has an 1158cc V4 Gran Turismo engine, which is 93 foot-pounds of torque with 168 horsepower, 31.1-inch seat, 5.3 gallon tank, 520 pounds for 26,700. And then that is the new version. The older version, which is the 1260 and 1260S, has the 1262cc Testastretta DVT twin, 95 foot-pounds of torque, 157 horsepower, 30.7-inch seat, 4.2 gallon tank, 544 pounds for 21,800. That is the 1260 and the 1260S Diavel. All right, we move on to the Monster bikes. Just 2 of them. We have the new Monster SP, which is the same engine as the Desert X. Has the 937cc Testastretta 11-degree twin, 69 foot-pounds of torque, 111 horsepower, 33.1-inch seat, 3.7 gallon tank, 410 pounds, 15,600 for the new Monster SP. And then the Monster Plus, which is the same engine but a 32.3-inch seat instead of the 33. It's 414 pounds for 12,700. Okay, we move on to the Xdival. We have 3 different models. We have no new updates or upgrades on these. We have 3 different models. They all use the 1262cc Testastretta DVT twin as opposed to the Testastretta 11-degree twin on the Monster. This is a 93 foot-pounds of torque, 152 horsepower engine, 29.7-inch seat on all of them, 4.8 gallon tank on all of them, all around 545 pounds. So the dark version is 21,500. The S is 26,400. And the Nera is 29,800. We move on to the Hypermoto. Hypermoto we have 3 different versions, all have the 937cc Testastretta 11-degree twin. No new updates or upgrades on this. They all have 71 foot-pounds of torque, 114 horsepower, 34.2-inch seat, and 3.8 gallon tank. and about 440 pounds. So we start with a Hypermoto 950, which is 14,600. We move to the RVE, which is 15,700. And then we have the 950 SP, which has a slightly higher seat at 35, slightly lower weight at 436, and is 18,200. Next is the Multistrada. We have the brand new or newly updated, whichever, V2S. This has the same 937cc Testastrada 11-degree twin. Has 71 foot-pounds of torque and 113 horsepower. 32.7 inch seat height. 5.3 gallon tank. 496 pounds for 18,200. And then we have the not new V4S, which is the 1158cc V4 Gran Turismo engine we mentioned up above, which has 92 foot-pounds of torque, 170 horsepower on this version of the Gran Turismo, 33.1 to 33.9 inch adjustable seat, 5.8 gallon tank, 536 pounds for 26,900. And then we have the new updated V4 Rally, which also has the 1158cc V4 Gran Turismo. This one only has 89 foot-pounds of torque, still has 170 horsepower, 34.3 to 35 inch seat height, 7.9 gallon tank, 573 pounds for 30,000 even. And then the not new V4 Pikes Peak, which has the same engine, 92 foot-pounds of torque, 170 horsepower, same seat as the V4S, which is 33.1 to 33.9 adjustable, 5.8 gallon tank, 527 pounds, 30,400 on the Pikes Peak version. All right, we move into the sport bikes. We have the Panigale. So we have the V2, not updated, 955cc Super Quadro L Twin, 76.7 foot-pounds of torque, 155 horsepower, 33.1 inch seat, 4.5 gallon tank, 441 pounds, 17,800 on the V2. And there's the V2 Bayless, which has a paint scheme for Mr. Bayless, the racer. And it has a 32.9 inch seat height, so slightly lower, 434 pounds, slightly lighter, for 21,500. So what is that, $3,700 difference? Has some other feature upgrades, I believe, as well, not just the paint scheme. All right, the V4, also not new. The Panigale V4, which is an 1103cc Desmo Sedici Stradale 90-degree V4. Say that 3 times fast. 90.6 foot-pounds of torque, 210 horsepower. How do you like to pay the insurance on that? 33.5 inch seat, 4.5 gallon tank, 438 pounds, 23,900 on the Panigale V4. The Panigale V4S, it's the same thing, except 431 pounds for 30,700. Panigale V4 SP, same seat height, 429 pounds, a little lower yet, for 39,500. Obviously a bunch of racing upgrades on that. And then the new V4R. So the new V4R, as it comes OEM, is a 998cc Desmo Sedici Stradale 90-degree V4. So it's not the 1103cc, it's a 998cc. Only 82 foot-pounds of torque and 207 horsepower. Same 33.5 inch seat height, 4.5 gallon tank, about 427 pounds for $45,000. Now, this, you can put an upgraded racing exhaust on it for the V4R. And actually, apparently there's a special oil made by Shell that helps boost it just a little bit. So you get, with that racing exhaust and the Shell racing oil, boosts it up to 87 foot-pounds of torque instead of 82, but takes the horsepower up to 240 and it is no longer road legal. It is track only at that price once you put that racing exhaust on, and that brings the price. That racing exhaust package is $8,000, so that brings the price from $45,000 up to $53,000 and makes that a track only, no longer street legal bike. For those of you who have some serious money to burn and you have a need for speed, there you go, the new Panigale V4R. We move on to the Street Fighter. So we have the Street Fighter V2, not new, 955cc Super Quadro 90-degree V2 instead of the Super Quadro L Twin that was on the Panigale V2. Slightly different engine. This is a 74.8 foot-pounds of torque, 153 horsepower, 33.3-inch seat, 4.5 gallon tank, 441 pounds at 17,300. For the new updated Street Fighter V4, 1103cc Desmo Sedici Stradale 90-degree V4 engine. This is a 90.4 foot-pounds of torque, 208 horsepower, 33.3-inch seat, 4.5 gallon tank, 444 pounds for 22,100. The new updated V4S as well, same thing as the V4, except it's 27,600 with the different upgrades on it. And the also new V4 SP2, which is slightly lighter at 433 pounds, and this is 38,000. And then for those of you who really have some money to burn, there's the new V4 Lamborghini version. So obviously if you can afford a Lamborghini, you can afford a V4 Street Fighter V4 Lamborghini. This is 435 pounds and starting at $68,000 for the V4 Lamborghini. All right, the Super Sport, we have two versions. The Super Sport 950, which is a 937cc Testastretta 11-degree twin, 69 foot-pounds of torque, 110 horsepower, 31.9-inch seat, 4.2 gallon tank, 463 pounds for 16,900, and the Super Sport 950S for 17,300, only a $400 upgrade on that. Okay, so now we get to the Scramblers, which is the remaining item left. So the Scramblers, they have a bunch of new models on there, and they have several models that are listed as not new. We're going to start with the new ones. So we have the brand new Scrambler Icon, which has 803cc Desmodromic L Twin engine, 48.1 foot-pounds of torque, 73 horsepower, 31.3-inch seat, 3.6 gallon tank, 408 pounds for 11,000. And the new Full Throttle has some special paint jobs, upgrades, whatever, for 12,200. And the new Night Shift, also 12,200 for that version of the Scrambler Icon. But we now have the Scrambler Urban Motard. These are going back to the previous versions. So the Urban Motard has the same engine, 803cc Desmodromic L Twin, 48.8 foot-pounds of torque, 73 horsepower, 31.7-inch seat, 3.54 gallon tank, 432 pounds for 11,900. And then we move up to the 1100 series. So we have an 1100 Tribute Pro, which is the 1100 series have a 1079cc Desmodromic L Twin with 65 foot-pounds of torque and 86 horsepower. The Tribute Pro has a 31.9-inch seat, 3.96 gallon tank, 465 pounds for 14,500. The 1100 Sport Pro has all the same specs, except it is 454 pounds, a little bit lighter, and is 16,600. It's a $2,100 difference. And then the 1100 Dark Pro, again, same engine, same seat height, same 3.96 gallon tank, 454 pounds, same as the Sport Pro. This is 13,300, actually, the cheapest of the 1100s. Now we have the Scrambler Desert Sled, which goes back down to the 803cc Desmodromic L Twin with the 48.8 foot-pounds of torque, 73 horsepower, 33.9-inch seat height, 3.57 gallon tank, 461 pounds for 12,600. And then going backwards, we are now at the bottom of the list, which is the Scrambler Icon Dark. Scrambler Icon Dark has 803cc Desmodromical twin, same as the other lower end ones, 48.8 foot-pounds of torque, 73 horsepower, 31.4-inch seat, 3.57 gallon tank, 417 pounds on this for only $9,200. So there you go. If you want the one Ducati motorbike that is less than $10,000 OEM, is the Scrambler Icon Dark. Alright, so that is it for the list of Ducati motorbikes. Ducati, of course, is Italian made and high quality, high end parts. We know they're very expensive. I kind of see the Ducati as the bikes where if you want to show off that you have money, you buy a Ducati. You know, it's a bike that you're paying for the name for sure. You're paying for speed, especially, you know, on your super sport, your Panigales, but all of them are high horsepower, high torque for what, you know, for what bikes they are. Very good bikes. I'm sure they're a ton of fun to ride. As far as which ones I would like, I think that I would probably focus on the Xdival. Pretty much any of them, the Dark, the S, or the Nera, or the Diavel, the new Diavel V4. I might try out a Scrambler. I'm not really attracted to that style of bike. Really, those are kinds of the ones that I would lean towards. If you have money and you're, you know, and you're looking for a sport cruiser, the Ducati Diavel or Xdival was always considered a good option. I don't really, based on the looks, I don't really consider the Diavel a cruiser. The Xdival certainly looks a little bit more like it, like a cruiser style bike, but it's very much a sport cruiser, not really a cruiser in the true sense of what we consider a cruiser, like, you know, your Indians and your Harleys, that kind of a thing. But it's the closest thing that Ducati gets, and if you have money to burn and you want to buy the name, then there you go. So that's probably the one I would be most attracted to trying, is the Xdival. Any of their versions. I don't have a need for speed, so, you know, getting on a Panigale or Superleggera or something like that really doesn't hold much attraction for me. But I know obviously there are certainly a lot of people that do enjoy that. So so there you go. Those are the options. That's it for Ducati. We are going to branch out into some other things because I've pretty much covered all the motorbike manufacturers other than Harley in mid-January. So we're going to branch out into some other things in my upcoming videos. Please stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.